One of the biggest lies ever sold to this generation is the idea that you need motivation to change your life. So people spend years waiting to feel inspired, waiting to feel confident, waiting to wake up one morning full of energy and determination. But that day never comes. Or if it does, it doesn't last. Because motivation is a feeling, and feelings change. Some days you feel unstoppable. Some days you don't even want to get out of bed. Some days you're ready to conquer the world. Other days you're questioning everything. And if your future depends on how you feel, your future will always be unstable. That's why so many people stay stuck. They're chasing motivation, while successful people are building discipline. And discipline will take you places motivation never could. Most people love motivation. And honestly, it feels amazing. You watch an inspiring video. You listen to a powerful speech. You feel fired up. For a moment, you believe your entire life is about to change. But then something happens. The feeling fades. The next morning arrives, the excitement disappears. And suddenly, the goals that felt possible yesterday feel difficult again. That's because motivation was never designed to carry you forever. It's temporary, like a spark. And sparks are powerful. But sparks don't keep a fire alive. Discipline does. The problem is that many people become addicted to motivation itself. They consume motivational content every day, but never take action. They feel inspired, but they don't change. Because inspiration without action is entertainment, not transformation. Anybody can work hard when they feel motivated. Anybody can stay focused when everything is going well. Anybody can be positive when life is easy. But those days don't define you. The days that define you are the difficult ones. The days when you're tired. The days when nobody believes in you. The days when progress feels invisible. The days when quitting seems reasonable. That's where discipline matters. Because discipline doesn't ask, "How do I feel today?" Discipline asks, "What needs to be done?" And then it gets done. Regardless of mood, regardless of emotions, regardless of circumstances. That's why disciplined people continue moving forward while others stop. Because they learned something powerful. Feelings are temporary. Commitment is not. Most people imagine success as something dramatic, a big moment, a breakthrough, a life-changing opportunity. But that's not how success usually happens. Success is built on ordinary days, boring days, the days nobody posts online, the days nobody celebrates, the days where you simply show up, again and again and again. The workout nobody saw, the chapter nobody applauded, the work nobody noticed. Those moments seem insignificant, but they're not. Those moments are your future being built in real time. The problem is that motivation loves exciting moments. Discipline loves consistency. And consistency is what changes lives, not intensity, not inspiration, consistency. Because one disciplined action repeated every day will always beat occasional bursts of motivation. Most people don't fail because they're incapable. They fail because they rely on emotions. They only work when they feel like it. They only study when they feel like it. They only improve when they feel like it. And feelings are unreliable. Imagine brushing your teeth only when you felt motivated. Imagine going to school only when you felt motivated. Imagine showing up for important responsibilities only when you felt motivated. Your life would collapse. Yet that's exactly how many people treat their dreams. They expect motivation to do all the work. But motivation was never meant to carry your goals. Discipline was. Because discipline creates structure, and structure creates results. Without discipline, every goal becomes vulnerable to your emotions, and emotions change constantly. There comes a moment in every successful person's life, a moment where they stop negotiating with themselves. They stop asking, "Do I feel like doing it?" and start saying, "It needs to be done." That shift changes everything. Because now, your actions are no longer controlled by your emotions. They're controlled by your standards. And standards are powerful. People who have high standards for themselves don't wait for perfect conditions. They create results despite imperfect conditions. They understand that progress is not built by motivation. It's built by discipline, repeated consistently over time. That's why discipline creates freedom. Because when you stop depending on feelings, you become unstoppable. Every day, there is a battle inside your mind. One voice says, skip it. The other says, do it anyway. One voice says, tomorrow. The other says, today. One voice wants comfort. The other wants growth. And whichever voice you listen to repeatedly becomes stronger. That's why discipline is difficult. Not because the task is difficult, because you're training yourself to choose growth over comfort, again and again, until eventually it becomes part of who you are. And once discipline becomes your identity, everything changes. Because now you're not someone who occasionally works hard. You're someone who shows up no matter what. Years from now, you won't be defined by the motivational videos you watched. You'll be defined by the actions you took, the promises you kept, the habits you built, the discipline you developed. Because motivation comes and goes. It always will. But discipline stays. Discipline shows up when motivation disappears. Discipline works when emotions fade. Discipline continues when progress feels invisible. And that's why discipline wins, every single time. The strongest people are not the most motivated people. They're the most disciplined people. They're the people who continue when nobody is watching. The people who continue when it becomes difficult. The people who continue when quitting would be easier. Because they understand something most people never learn. You do not rise to the level of your motivation. You fall to the level of your discipline. So stop waiting to feel inspired. Stop waiting to feel ready. Stop waiting for motivation to save you. Because it won't. Build discipline. Build consistency. Build habits that survive difficult days. Because the life you want is not waiting on motivation. It's waiting on your ability to show up, especially when you don't feel like it. And the day you understand that is the day your future begins to change.